Looking forward to Star Wars The Last Jedi, but I can't help but fear that it will be incredibly average at best. Yep.
You know what? But I bet it'll be fun.
Sure. Unless it's going to be trying to ape Empire, so it won't. It'll be the dark one.
Oh, no.
It'll be the moody one.
Oh, well, no. I mean, I'm making that noise because I think you're right.
All right. King Rubbish says, "Hey, Jack.
Hi.
You said you're a fan of firearms. What are some guns you own, and what's the most fun thing you've fired? P.S. Rich, way to outshine Ryan Gosling."
I will not go into the guns that I own. That is a personal thing.
Do you own them?
I own some guns.
Are they in your house?
We will. This is not the thing.
You better have some Eddie the Eagle tapes lying around, Jack.
I have trigger locks. I have gun safes. I do not have them for home protection. I have them just to shoot for fun. They are not at my bedside table loaded. They have locks. They are in safes. They are safe.
Okay.
They are. So in order for my children or anyone to get a hold of them, they have to go through so many layers that it is inconceivable. Like I said, I don't have them for home defense. I have them because it's fun to shoot.
Do you educate your kids on these guns?
I will when they're old.
Yeah.
I don't think oldest is 9, not quite ready. Like they've been to the firing range with me before, and like we've gone over safety there, of course, but they haven't fired them yet, mostly because they haven't wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, no thanks. So, but I have a handgun. I have a handgun that I shoot. What's the favorite thing I've ever shot? There's 2 really cool guns that I got a chance to shoot. One was a semi-automatic 9mm assault rifle.
Uh-huh.
It's like a police-issued assault rifle that only shoots 9mm bullets, and 9mm bullets are pretty small and they don't have much pushback. And this was in a rifle format.
Yeah.
That had a laser-guided scope. And so the really neat thing about it is it do short bursts like grr, grr, and it was so accurate.
Wait, burst? I thought automatic was semi-automatic was every finger press was one bullet.
What's the one where maybe I'm misspeaking?
Well, I could be wrong. I'm not a gun guy.
No, and this is well, maybe it was automatic. No, it was automatic. It was so little bursts of shots, and because the 9mm gave so little resistance and it had a shoulder butt.
Yeah.
You were incredibly accurate even at long distances, and I loved shooting it just because of how scary it was. Honestly, Rich, from here you could hit something really accurately with a lot of bullets. That was a lot of fun to shoot. And my brother-in-law's father, one day when we went to the range, brought I forget what this is called. I want to say it's called the Rhino. What it is, Rich? It's a revolver that shoots shotgun shells. This is a real thing that exists. It is a revolver that shoots shotgun shells. And what the idea is, and he has it for home defense. Because here's what he says, and he's a bit older, and he's a gun person, and guns are scary. Guns are scary, but you have to still aim them. So his thought behind it was, listen, I need something that I don't need to worry about aiming. I just want to point in the general direction and pull the trigger and have it spread.
Yeah.
And so that's all it is that it is a revolver that shoots shotgun shells, and shooting that thing fucking hurt.
That's what you want for home defense, isn't it?
Exactly. But of course you don't really, because statistically speaking, you are more likely to shoot a loved one.
Yeah.
And which is why I don't use my gun for home defense. I don't intend to, because you are way more statistically likely to shoot someone that a family member. So, no, I don't like the NRA. The NRA doesn't give a shit about your constitutional rights. They are a lobbying organization for gun manufacturers. And no one who I shoot guns with cares for the NRA. They're a bunch of jackasses. They don't care. They don't care about what the Second Amendment means. They don't care about educating people to proper gun usage.
That's how they started, right? They were an educational organization?
No. They are a lobbying group.
No. When they started.
Yeah, when they started, they were a lobbying group.
No.
This whole education thing is a byproduct of giving them a better public standpoint.
I have heard when they first started, and then they were taken over by the lobbyists.
Oh, and you know what? Maybe that's true. But as long as I've known them, they've been a lobbying group that don't actually care.
I'm talking about a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's before my time. America, fuck yeah, Jack. You know, I'm not a gun nut. They're cool. They're fun. You know, like it's like a toy that can kill someone. But you know, the responsibility is what's important to me. And, you know, the part of the Constitution that a lot of people forget is a well-maintained militia. A well-regulated militia has the right to carry arms. And that means training people.
What does it matter if they're lobbyists if they have the same goals that you do? They don't necessarily have the same goals.
Their goal is to sell more guns.
Like, you might be in favor of, like, waiting periods and whatnot, right?
Right, waiting periods and more extensive background checks.
Things that the NRA would violently oppose.
Right, like taking into account someone's mental status, you know. Past crimes, that sort of thing. Also, yeah, just making it harder to get guns in general, which I think is important.
Okay.
Proper education.
Let's move away from this.
Hey, let's move away from guns.
And play this game where we shoot guns.
Shit, dog. Where was I? No, yeah, now we got to talking about guns. I forgot where I was going.
Jack Marichub says, have either of you seen/read The Expanse? The show is amazing, and the books were even better. I think you both love it. Jack, this is a you topic.
Yeah, I love The Expanse. I watched the show. It's a great show. Really great show. Sci-fi original. That's, you know what, that's some good science fiction right there. They take their time with all the sci-fi stuff. Oh, man.
Jack, look at all those bullet casings on the ground, okay?
Yeah?
Yeah, I just want to bring that up. Now that we're not talking about guns anymore.
We're not talking about guns anymore.
We can't talk about guns.
Rich, we don't want this to get political.
Just, you know, don't pay any attention to those bullet casings. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Where? Oh, there it is. That's where I'm going.
I'm going to point it out so I can tell people to remember to ignore that.
Thanks, Rich.
Oh, that's public service, you know?
Where did you come from?
Monster closet.
Apparently. God damn it.
Fucking monster. This game should not have monster closets. In a game where your health is important, there should be no gotcha from behind moments.
Son of a bitch. No, that's what makes it hard. I'm okay with it.
It's hard to begin with.
It is hard to begin with. I'm okay with the monster closets. I just didn't think I activated one.
Justin Voorhees says, I'm sure Rich already knows, but I just got an email saying Vanquish is coming to Steam for pre-order. We know. We talked about it early on. It's already pre-ordered. It's going to be great. Thank you.
And if you pre-order it and have Bayonetta in your Steam library, you get 25% off.
That's kind of neat. Unexpected bonus.
Shit.
The Ayatollah of Rock and Roll says, even though Wrath of Khan was a great film, did they make a mistake by breaking away from the motion picture with a more military-style Federation where the Genesis scientists acted suspicious of Starfleet's intentions?
Wow, Rich.
When Star Trek says they're not a military organization, I've always got the impression that they protested too much. They've always had uniforms, and they've always come in to act as like a defense against alien incursions of some kind. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was the whole freaking Gorn episode.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually think it's a little bit appropriate. Now, the mistrust of Starfleet, maybe you got a point there with the scientist.
Well, if it makes sense, if they really are a military organization, yeah, a scientist would mistrust them, right? We don't want you shooting your lasers around our experiment.
It's not how it's traditionally been displayed, though.
That is not how it's traditionally been displayed, but, it worked for the movie.
Portrayed, I guess, not displayed. Whatever.
Same thing. It worked for the movie. It worked for Khan.
Yeah, it worked for Khan. There are scientists in the military, though. Yeah, but the particular scientists we're talking about in Star Trek The Wrath of Khan were hippies.
Mm-hmm.
They were hippies trying to grow some apples in the middle of a planet.
Son of a bitch.
Anonymous says, Jack,
Yeah.
I'm highly disappointed in you.
Okay.
What the fuck was with that shirt in the Bayonetta review? Just dark gray? I expect more from your shirt list. I hope you have better ones in the Horizon Dawn. On the Horizon Dawn.
Fun fact, we shot 2 episodes that day. The day we shot our Bayonetta review.
Was that the unused Switch one?
We shot an episode talking all about the Switch, and it turned out to be not very good, mostly because Rich didn't care. And
I didn't have anything to add.
Right, well,
yeah.
Right, you didn't care, and so it was just a lot of me talking, and I didn't articulate my points terribly well because I didn't have anyone to bounce off of. So I ended up scrapping it. I was wearing.
Are you blaming me? Are you actually blaming me?
I was blaming both of us.
Wow.
You didn't care, so you didn't add anything interesting, and I didn't articulate.
You're saying I didn't care. That's not true. I just didn't have anything to add. Like, yeah, it's not. It's a gimmick. Yeah, I've been saying it's a gimmick. Yeah, it's a gimmick. Yeah, oh yeah.
But that's what you didn't even care. Here's what the problem with that episode was. Well, and also, Rich, the second part of that was I did not articulate my points very well.
Okay.
So it would have been an episode that would have been all me talking, occasionally cutting to Rich to go like this. So it would have been a really boring episode.
You weren't saying anything I thought was unreasonable.
Right, but you weren't adding anything, and. Well, and you took this stance of, I thought it was going to be a gimmick, so it's a gimmick. Where it's like, or you could just say it's a gimmick. I'm gonna do one more run, and then I'm gonna hand this over to Rich. One more run.
Uncanny Banani says, it's been nice chatting with you folks. One last question for me.
Yep.
Are you hoping Supreme Leader Snoke is an entirely new character or someone we know? Thank you and good night. I think it's going to end up being Palpatine's old master. That's what I think.
Okay.
So it's someone we heard about, but not someone we know.
All right.
There's not many other people it could be. Unless you rehash Palpatine. Like, Palpatine survives somehow, but... I don't know. That hologram guy did not hint at Palpatine to me.
No.
And it's not going to be Luke. Everyone's wrong about that.
People think it's going to be Luke?
People still think it's going to be Luke.
Oh, man. I have no thoughts on the subject of who Snoke is. I don't, I'll find out when the movie tells me. I don't care to speculate.
You want to make it someone mildly interesting. All you really got is that Darth Plagueis or whoever it was. That's all you got.
I don't even know who that is.
Palpatine's old master. He talks about him in episode 3 briefly.
Oh. That's probably why I don't know who you're talking about in episode 3. I saw someone in the chat ask me whether or not I thought this game was fun, and the answer is yes. I'm really enjoying this. It's very hard. It's a very hard game, and like any roguelike, it requires a little bit of luck and a whole lot of skill. But I'm having a good time. I'm having a very good time playing it. So far, I recommend it. I don't have like a ton of time in it yet, but I've been playing it and enjoying it.
Anonymous says, "Hi guys, thanks for all the entertainment.
Hello.
I just bought a used Wii U to play Breath of the Wild, since Oot was my favorite game as a kid. First console I've owned in 15 years.
Wow.
What non-Zelda game should I check out?" Well, you're shit out of luck.
No, Wii U. There's plenty of games on the Wii U.
Are there?
Mario Maker.
Yeah, Mario Maker, that's like the one.
All of the side-scrolling Mario games are super fun.
Are they all on the Wii U?
The ones made for the Wii U, like
There was New Super Mario Brothers U.
yeah, and New Super Mario Brothers is on it too, and
That's New Super Mario Brothers U.
Mario Brothers 3D World.
Okay, sure.
That's
sure.
a good one.
Yeah, it's fine.
Splatoon is fine, though everyone's going to stop playing it on the Wii U once the one comes out on the Switch, so that's probably a bad investment. Mario Kart 8, if you like the Mario Kart, but of course a lot of people are going to move over to the Switch. I'm sure there's some other games. Son of a bitch.
Pizza Train 11.
Yeah, Pizza Train.
Check.
Yeah.
Did you check out that Kickstarter for ray guns and rocket ships I mentioned Sunday? What did you think?
Yes? I did check that out. What did I... do I even remember it?
I can't help you.
Here's my problem, is I specifically remember checking it out, but I don't remember what came of it. Hold on. Ray guns and rocket ships. Oh yeah. Oh, so it's a board game. It's a kickstarted board game, and I don't have any super strong opinions on it, only because I went through a board game buying glut recently, and I just can't get any more. Lisa's cut me off. She's taken my credit cards, and she's absolutely forbade me from buying any more board games because I just bought a whole bunch, and a whole bunch that I kickstarted are starting to come, and I have a problem. I have an absolute problem when it comes to board games. I want them all. And it might look good, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until some people play it and I hear things about it before I can buy it.
Okay.
Or else I'm gonna buy it and I might be disappointed, and because I have a real problem. I have a board game buying problem.
Hreinsey says, "Better Call Saul!" Exclamation point.
That's a good show.
Quite good spin on quite good spin-off show from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I liked it.
I did not know I wanted to see the backstories of our characters from the Bush era. Do you guys watch it? I'm gonna say no.
Oh, I've seen the first season, and as you may or may not know, I did not care for Breaking Bad that much, but I love Better Call Saul. Bob Odenkirk plays the shady lawyer in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
He's the questionable lawyer that is Walt Heisenberg's lawyer.
Yeah.
And he's all sorts of shady, and he's Bob Odenkirk,
yeah.
which is great. And so it's almost like his origin story of how he became the shady lawyer.
Okay.
And it's a fantastic character piece. Bob Odenkirk is in it, and He's America's sweetheart, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
He's the greatest. Michael.
So it's a prequel show.
It's a prequel.
I figured it was like after the fact. No.
It's a prequel show. Michael McKean. Is that the guy from Spinal Tap? Michael. Oh, the old comedian. Is that his name? Michael. I think it's Michael McKean. He's from Spinal Tap and all those movies. And
I'll know when I see him. I'm bad with names, Mike. Jack. I'm bad with names.
is Bob Odenkirk in it? Yes, yes. Michael McKean. Michael McKean. Great. Okay, yes. Jack calls everybody's America's sweetheart only when it's true. Michael McKean is in it as Bob Odenkirk's older brother.
Yeah.
Who has this wonderfully quirky character tick that I won't give away just because it's a fun show. It's a really fun show, even if you don't care about
Yes, Lenny from Lenny and Squiggy.
Yeah.
I didn't know his damn name. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah. Really fun show, even if you don't necessarily care about Breaking Bad, like I don't. Fun show.
Chad, I'm not going to be able to see Guardians 2 until this weekend because I have to wait till Karen is off from work.
And once he sees it, we will have a big old conversation about it. A big old conversation, and by Sunday stream, that's enough time for spoilers and.
Anonymous wants to know our opinions on 2001: A Space Odyssey. I was too young when I tried to watch it. Way too young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get it.
Yeah.
It's a fine movie that I think has some pacing issues. In seeing it as an adult, it's really slow. It's really slow, and the first half of the movie isn't necessarily connected to the second half of the movie, which I know is very deliberate, but it's also a little annoying.
I was upset when I was a kid because I wanted a space movie and there were all these monkeys running around.
Right. Well, and yeah, it's.
I want to see monkeys.
From a cinematography standpoint, it's beautiful, but I think it's really slow, and it's quite possibly too slow for me.
Seriously? Can't you fucking sit for a couple of minutes? I was like 10, dick!
Rich, listen, I'm at such a filmic level. When I was 5, I wrote my first thesis on the implications of the use of humans in monkey suits in the 2001: A Space Odyssey. If you think about it, the fact that
They say they're talking about you. That you could not sit still for a few fucking minutes.
Oh, yeah, no. And I saw it recently. I just saw it. It was at the Milwaukee Film Festival a couple of years ago, and me and Jay went to go see it. And who else went to go see it with us? And they had an original 35 millimeter print. And so it was like the original 35 millimeter, the intermission break as it was originally intended at the Oriental Theater, which is a beautiful theater in Milwaukee. And it was just way slower than I remembered. And I was just like, come on.
Anonymous says, you guys don't like a thing that I like. I have not been validated. I cannot sleep until you validate the thing I like being as good. Nope.
Yep. Like, and you know the Hal?
Yeah.
You know that he has nothing to do with the monolith?
Yeah.
What the fuck's that about? Like, the movie starts with the monolith, right? And it like sparks the monkeys into using tools for the first time, right? And then humans find the monolith on the moon or some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And something sparks in the humans, and we go on an intergalactic travel, right? And then the Hal shit has nothing to do with the monolith.
Yeah.
It's like bullshit.
There's nothing I can do to help you.
I always like when I watched it when I was younger, like when I was like watching all of those movies as a film nerd, I had always assumed that the monolith affected Hal, affected this artificial intelligence, and turned the artificial intelligence to be critical of the humans, and I thought that was like the story arc of the monolith. But Hal has nothing to do with the monolith.
I'm sorry. Somebody in the chat wants to know how far into the game you are.
Oh, I think this is level 1.
This is a roguelite game.
Yeah.
Roguelite, I don't know however the fuck you want to say it.
And I'm lost at the moment.
It means there's permadeath and you play through it multiple times.
Yeah. How do I get out of here?
And it's also the levels are procedurally generated, too. So it's not like you go through the same exact layout every time you play it.
Right. Yeah, and I'm not doing terribly well this run.
Die and restart.
Well, I'm not doing terrible, but I'm not killing it. Shit. Barrels are not your friend. You think barrels are going to be your friend, but they are not your friend. They kill you more than they help you.
Nyrom says,
Yeah.
as someone who has never even heard of Farscape and likes stuff like Firefly/Star Wars a lot, Star Trek not so much, how would you sell it to me?
That's on you, Rich.
Group of wanted space criminals, not really criminals, it's like political criminals, kind of, on the run from the space law, and insert a terribly likable, charismatic protagonist who's from modern-day Earth. He's a fish out of water in this bizarre alien environment.
I know, you kept on saying, like, the first Guardians was very Farscape.
Yeah. Guardians had a very Farscape vibe to it. These kind of oddball, misfit characters.
Yeah. So if you liked Guardians of the Galaxy, you'll probably like this.
Kind of forced to be together just because, they're criminals. They're on the run. The same people. Some great chemistry between the two romantic leagues and a horribly charismatic main character.
That's a good sales pitch, Rich. It's a fine sales pitch.
Yes, there is a puppet main character, and it's wonderful, because it's not a shitty CGI effect, and it's not some kind of horrible forehead makeup.
That's true.
There is a puppet main character, yes. Yeah, John Crichton, the main character of Farscape, is like Peter Quill from Guardians, if Peter Quill were intelligent.
Zing.
It's absolutely true.
I agree.
Because John Crichton, he's always coming up with some kind of clever-ass way out of situations. And they don't always work. That's the fun thing. Sometimes he tries the clever thing, and it fails horribly.
Yeah, that was all level 1.1. I liked the blue lady, the second one. Says someone.
Yeah, she was neat.
Crichton was an astronaut.
Yeah, no, I strongly suspect that Guardians is knowingly ripping off Farscape.
You think?
To some degree, yeah.
The question is knowingly.
And then by the time you get to Farscape Season 2, the villain is really good. The villain through Season 1 is kind of lame.
Okay.
Once you get to the end of Season 1, they introduce kind of a new main bad guy who's far more interesting and sinister. Guardians of the Galaxy is from the 70s. Yes, but the version you saw on the movie is not the version that existed in the 70s.
Right, and the version that existed in the movie is nothing like the comic that existed in the 70s.
That's from like the 2000s something.
Right. They rebooted the comic.
Yes, I'd talk about Harvey in Farscape chat, but that's spoiler territory. You have a ship of outlaws on the run, so you can't have like the main villain who's looking for them in every episode.
Right.
They found a clever way around that, though. A very clever way around that, which I won't spoil.
I have a rocket launcher.
What is our approach to spoilers? If it's a new release, we try to avoid talking about it to give people time to see it. That's the other reason. Even if I had seen Guardians 2,
Yeah.
which I have not been able to, it'll be this weekend, we would not be talking about it.
Yeah, then like normally what we do is try to hold off all conversation until like an hour-ish before we're going to end the stream, and then say, okay, from here on out,
Yeah,
nothing
anything goes. Anything goes.
anything goes. And so then if anyone hasn't seen it, so that's probably what we'll do on Sunday after Rich gets a chance to watch Guardians 2, is we'll say, okay, at this point we will be talking about spoilers, so all ye be warned.
Crichton goes a little mad because he's thrust into mad circumstances. It works. Yes! John Crichton changes. He's a very different John Crichton from Season 1 to Season 4.
Interesting.
First season, he goes out of his way not to murder. He doesn't want to murder. That erodes.
A what?
That erodes.
Oh, oh, that erodes.
It has to.
Fuck.
Because he gets into situations that are crazy. Yeah, John Crichton and Aaron Sun, two of the main characters from Farscape, they kind of, by the time the show ends, they kind of end up taking on the best characteristics of either character.
Okay.
Like, she was raised in the military, so she's a hard ass. And John Crichton is just kind of a thinking, nice, compassionate man, and she gets a little bit of his compassion by the time the series ends, and he becomes he learns to be a hard ass from her by the time the series ends. They take the best from each other, Jack.
That's great, Rich. That's great, Rich. That sounds, you know what, that sounds swell. What? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Come on.
Anonymous says, Jack, I don't mean to harp, but watch Patriot already. It's an Amazon Prime original, and it's beautiful and perfect. It's free, you fuck, if you have Amazon Prime. Okay.
Okay.
Puff-Hearted says, good evening.
Hi.
My wife is having twins and have searched for some good baby names. This idiotic question actually could help us. Rich, excuse me, assuming you went by Dick as a child, when, why change to Rich? I honestly don't remember when this transition happened. I would presume it just happened around high school age, and I don't remember any of the circumstances around this.
Like, by the time you started to realize Dick was something else, like you transitioned to Rich.
I don't even know if that was it.
Was it? Do you remember if it was your doing or like just the people around you?
Probably the people around me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, because my uncle, I love my uncle. He's dead now, but he went by Dick his whole life.
Right, it's a name.
Yeah.
It's a name.
Yeah.
That a lot of people have.
If anything, I would have changed it just to not be as associated with that. Like, that's his name, man.
Well, maybe that's where the change started.
It could be. I honestly don't remember.
Free if you have it. Well, and here's the thing about Patriot and Amazon Prime. There's this weird thing with Amazon Prime and Apple, where, like, I have an Apple TV. That's what I use to like watch Netflix and YouTube and all the stuff that I watch on my TV. I watch through an Apple TV, but the Apple TV does not have an Amazon Video app because Apple and Amazon butted heads a while back, and Apple didn't want a competitor to their iTunes store. And then Amazon said, well, fine, fuck you. We're not going to sell your Apple products on Amazon. And so they didn't get along for a while. Very soon we will get an Amazon Prime Video app on the Apple TV. And so, like, actually, like, I don't really even think to watch a lot of Amazon Video because I'd have to like turn it on my phone and send it to my TV that way. It's not just part of my TV ecosystem. So that's probably why I haven't gotten around to it, is because like I don't see it when I turn on the TV and search for stuff, you know. I'm sure I'll like it. They're going to get rid of that soon. They have finally made peace with each other. It's been frustrating for those of us who enjoy Apple products and also really like Amazon. It's been hard. It's been tough. It's been a tough road. Rich.
Yeah.
It is your turn.
Okay.
It is your turn, man.
What time is it? How much longer are we even going to go? Honestly.
Well, maybe in another half hour.
Sure.
Amazon Prime also doesn't play well with Chromecast.
How do you have this bound? Your mouse is different than mine, and I don't use this thing.
Okay, so the big flapper is jump.
Big flapper?
Big flapper is jump, and the little flapper is use item.
This is nothing?
And that's nothing. And then for that, obviously, like...
I'm not jumping.
Huh?
I'm not jumping.
Can I see?
Oh my god. Is that off?
It's because it's off. It's turned off.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
And then mouse, right and left click, obviously. And then the interact with stuff is this top.
That one?
This top one. Reload is the one underneath it. And then map and items are the other two buttons. And if you want to get your mouse set up with your own... It's got coin. It's got a coin, Rich. So in any case, I'm sure I will get around to a lot of Amazon Prime stuff that I have missed as soon as it comes to Apple TV, and then I can just turn on my TV and have it all. Honestly, I forget about all of the really good movies that are on Amazon Prime all the time just because it's not on my TV. Which is a shame. It's a darn shame. But hopefully the problem will be resolved shortly. Thanks, Anonymous. What are your opinions on wireless headphones? I love them.
They're fine.
I love wireless headphones. It's a hassle to remember to charge them, but
I live with a woman, so headphones are a vital, important part of my life.
absolutely. I have 2 pairs of wireless headphones. I have cans, like big over-ear cans, so people can't
You prick.
hear Rich shriek while I'm editing, and so I don't get distracted while I'm editing. It serves 2 purposes. And then I have kind of in-ear wireless headphones that are, just more for like if I'm mowing the lawn or something,
Yeah.
or out in a bike ride.
You prick. I hate those little robots.
Mm-hmm.
Is the patch just gonna take those robots out of the early levels?
No, I think it's gonna buff your health, and I don't know what it's gonna do. This first stage is a killer though.
It is.
And I will have to say, like, it actually smooths out a lot after this. It's just a really rough first stage. I almost felt the other stages were easy, but I also had a lot of cool power-ups. I got the coolest machine gun power-up that I didn't get any of these runs, which is your bullets turn into little missiles that explode. That was great. Did I see the latest flash? Oh, did I see the latest flash? Yeah, yes, I saw the flash. It was revealed who Savitar was. And wow, that was the lamest...
Oh.
The lamest ever. I don't know if anyone cares about spoilers. I know Rich doesn't for Flash. But if you care about spoilers for the CW Flash show, stop watching now. I'll wave my hands again when I'm done talking about spoilers. But so the main villain this season has been Savitar, who calls himself the God of Speed.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, oh, your map, yeah. And he's from the future, and he seems to know a lot about the Flash. And
I keep going to hit the secondary, and I hit your stupid map button, Jack.
Well, secondary is just right click, man. What do you do?
My finger is naturally lying too close to that.
Okay. And so then it was a big who is it? Who's the bad guy? He's from the future, but he knows Flash. Who is it? Is it going to turn out to be Kid Flash, and he took his training too far and turned to the bad side? Is it going to be like someone who disappeared 2 seasons ago and finally came back for revenge, right? Who's Savitar going to be? And you know who it is, Rich? It's Barry Allen from the future.
Oh.
But not like a recent future, like a farther away future. And so this season, we've actually seen Barry from 4 different timelines. And it's super lame.
Do you not have escape bound anything? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, the little button on top. This thing right here.
This thing?
Yeah.
I'll just restart, and that was a terrible one.
So anyway, we're done with spoilers now. So I thought I finally saw the the reveal of Savitar, and it's super lame. Yeah. What are you gonna do? But still good. Everybody's charming and it's still a goofy, fun show. That was weird. What? Usually enemies are like in that first hallway. But yeah. Caught up on that. Caught up on Arrow. Caught up on Supergirl. Took some time. Caught up on my stories. Oh man, long hair emo Barry was the worst. Barry ran into the future to talk to his future self to try to figure out who Savitar was. And in the future, Barry was really depressed, and so they went full Spider-Man 3 and gave him just like black emo hair to show that he was sad. It was so lame. It was the worst. It was the worst. Yeah. My love for teenage drama shows are not erotic, Dreamer TK. And my kids might like some of them. I don't know. I don't know if it'll deter them or not. They might think of them as like stupid dad shows. But it'll be fine. I don't really get this game just from watching the last few. Well, but like, so King Tut says, why did you restart? I don't really get this game just from watching the last few.
I had a bad start.
So,
health is not plentiful.
Health is not plentiful. It's a roguelike, which means you only have one life to make it all the way to the end. And
I'm not used to Jack's mouse.
I'm not your used mouse to Jack's. Is right there.
I might switch it up.
So if you just kind of start with a shit run and you're really low on health on this first stage,
you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna switch it up.
Yeah, switch it up, Rich. If you're really low on health on the first stage, sometimes the best option is just to say fuck it and start over. And this is what a lot of the game is just kind of figuring out the flow and the rhythm. That's any roguelike.
Like having a bad first sector in FTL.
Right. It's like having a bad first sector in anything. Or, you play Isaac and you get some shit items in the first couple of rooms and you're at half a heart and you just say fuck it. We're starting over. We're re-rolling. We're re-rolling the dice. I got
no slack. No, I have no slack. That's probably enough.
So,
not with this. Do we have? I got that.
So it's a roguelike. You will be playing this area a whole bunch just to get the flow of the game, which is super important. What do you
USB extension cord?
Oh, I don't know if we have one.
Yeah, shit. Then maybe I'm not using this. I'll still use your nung chung.
My chuck. My chuck.
Yeah.
So, the game is a roguelike, which means...
Yeah, that's as far as I can get with that.
Oh, yeah. What are the random elements of the game? So, you've probably noticed with a lot of me playing, you can tell a lot of the rooms are the same. And so they have these similar rooms in different locations in the map. Enemy placement is random. Pickups are random. Power-ups are random. Health is random. And room layout is the same, but room arrangement is different, if that makes any sense. So like you'll see like room A, B, C, D, and then you'll see room C, B, D, A. That sort of thing. And then also like, there are shops which have random items and that type of thing. So it's not like full dice roll, but it's different. It's different every time you play it.
Yeah, right. I'll try that.
Orchard Thief says, I lost enough weight to cross my legs like Jack does now. I'm proud of that. We all got to be proud of something. So far, I'm really liking it. Like we've discussed already, it's more roguelike than Quake-like. What happened there?
One of those guys fell on an exploding barrel, and I took a lot of damage. Right out of the fucking gate.
Purple Stura says, Rich and Jack, I saw this thingy on Twitter that you might be guests on the Super Best Friends podcast soon. Is this true? That'd make me extremely happy. Someone mentioned to Super Best Friends that they would like me and Rich on the show, and Super Best Friends said that they would love to do that. So we've been talking on Twitter a little back and forth, me and Super Best Friends.
Why do I suck so much? Why do I suck so much, Jack?
That is a question you can answer. So we're waiting to. So basically, Super Best Friends said that yes, they would love to have Rich and I on the show, and I've been in contact with them. We haven't figured out a date, and like also I don't really know who the Super Best Friends are, and so I
One of them's Eagle Raptor, right?
No.
Yeah.
Are they
One of them's Eagle Raptor.
Super Best Friends? Is that him?
I've been wrong before, but I'm pretty sure he is.
Oh, well, that would be neat. That's not the one I was talking to on Twitter. So that would be great. So they do like a regular podcast or whatnot. So I just said, hey, well, what do you guys talk about? Do you want Rich and I to talk about something specific, or do you just want us to gibber? So
I think they just gibber.
Okay, great. Oh, they're saying it's not Ego Raptor. Ego Raptor is Game Grumps.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Game Grumps.
Super Best Friends.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who the Super Best Friends are?
I don't know who a lot of people are, Jack.
Great.
I just know that Eagle Raptor is on the Game Grumps. I don't know much.
I don't know much. Game Grumps.
I've heard of them both.
Game
I'm
Grumps.
not terribly familiar with either, honestly.
Game Grumps is the Ego Raptor and the Jontron. And Super Best Friends I don't know.
We're gonna be on the show.
But yeah, they seem like nice dudes. I don't know. You know what my policy is, Rich. I will talk to anyone anytime. And they asked for you to come along too. So I said, yeah, sure, I'll bring Rich. I'll make Rich do it and it'll be fine. So so we're just working out scheduling now. But yes, hopefully sometime in the future we'll be on the Super Best Friends podcast cast, which will be fun as we enjoy talking to people. Well, like I said, I enjoy talking to people, and Rich will be there too.
I hate all of humanity.
I know you do, Rich. But sometimes I force you to do things that I think are good for us to do. And sometimes you come along with me.
I had nothing better to do.
John, is he not on Game Grumps anymore? I don't fucking know. Is Game Grumps still a thing? Listen, I don't know. I don't watch many of those types of shows, or any of those types of shows, to be honest. So I remember when they started a while back, because I watched both. Ego Raptor did his animations and his sequelitis, and Jontron did funny video game videos. And then they said, hey, we're doing a show together. And I watched a couple episodes, and I thought it was a fine show, but I didn't have time to keep watching. So.
Oh, I hate those little tiny robots.
Oh yeah, those little bastards.
Guaranteed damage.
Strafe, you got to strafe. You got to strafe, Rich. You got to strafe harder. So that's all I know about the Game Grumps. But you guys seem to think that these Super Best Friends are cool dudes, so I'm excited about the Super Best Friends. Let's see here. Misha Cuts 1979 says, hey guys, love the channel. Looking for some good books to read this summer. Any all-time favorite novels or book series that you guys would recommend? Well, if you haven't read The Expanse, The Expanse is supposed to be the greatest. I have not read it. I've been watching the show, which I think is fantastic. And the thing about the show is, like, the actors aren't always great, and the characters are kind of stock archetypes, but the story is so engaging, and the sci-fi is so strong. Like, the universe is so strong. Everything feels like it belongs. It's a great show, and I hear that the books are fantastic. Yeah. Praise that son, bro. Either of you seen HBO's Westworld?
What's an HBO?
Home box office. It stands for
Are they on Netflix?
It stands for Home Box Office. It's actually a Netflix competitor at the moment.
Oh. No, I don't.
Get your shit together.
I guess they probably do streaming though, right? If you subscribe to their YouTube or their online.
Yeah, they have a whole thing separate from a cable subscription called HBO Go.
Okay.
Where you can watch all their shows and they have movies and whatnot. That's what we have. We have HBO Go. You know why we have HBO Go? So we can watch motherfucking Westworld, which is a great show.
Very happy for you.
Oh, Rich, it's so fantastic.
Not very happy for me because I am sucking so hard.
You know what? You got to find your flow, Rich. You got to find your flow. Westworld's great. Westworld is great. Good sci-fi right there. Real good sci-fi. Speaking of really good sci-fi. But yeah, I'm really into it. I'm looking forward to season 2. I loved, it's Westworld. The premise is this, park full of humanoid robots that start to glitch out. Ooh. And
oh my god!
And weird things happen with implanted memories, and who's the real who's the real robot and monster and humans. Oh, it's great.
Level 1, I'm literally half dead.
No, you have 100. You look, you got. Yeah, you're half dead. But you did. Hey, you made it through, Rich. That's all that matters. You made it through.
Half fucking dead.
Yeah, a lot of video game themes in Westworld. A lot of it's very like, they always talk about like the player and making sure not to break the reality of the world, but then with this idea of all the robots having this artificial intelligence, and when does artificial intelligence become
actual intelligence?
Just a person. Like, when does a fake person become a person, right?
Does it deal with these themes better than Blade Runner did, which is just to have Harrison Ford mope around for 2 hours?
Here's what I will say, even as a fan of Blade Runner, 100 times yes.
Okay.
Westworld deals with them 100 times better.
Oh, where is that thing? Ruined my fucking day. Why are these in the game?
To make you be careful, Rich. To make you be careful. Walt Heisenbeard says, hey guys, wanna thank Rich for recommending Narcos and Jack for Black Mirror, though the latter messed me up good. Also, Better Call Saul and Fargo are great, so goodbye time. Like you said, wasn't like Mike tweeting something about like all the Rotten Tomato scores for like TV is so much better than it is for
something like that, yeah.
And you know what? To me, for everything like entertainment, we are going through a renaissance of entertainment.
Oh, bouncy bullets!
Ooh, that's fun. We are going through a goddamn golden age of entertainment. I need to plug the laptop in. Pause.
I will not. I fell. I fell into a hole, and now I'm gonna die because I fell into a hole.
You're fine. You still got 60.
Look at this low ass rate of fire. I want this upgrade. I want to return it.
Nope. I think you gotta be more careful. You gotta take your time.
I don't know what the upgrades are. There's no being careful.
Well, no, even just now, like you can't just go rushing in. You gotta bait them out to you. You gotta bait them. You gotta bait them, Rich.
You're the master at baiting, Jack.
Ah! You fuck. Come here. Plug in, Gord, damn you. There we go.
I got an upgrade that made my gun suck. How is that an upgrade?
Well, it would be great if, Rich, with any roguelike, you have to find your flow, and that means dying a whole hell of a lot. So just find it. Find it. Anonymous says, Bayonetta is the best video game ever made about a drag queen.
No, you just can't handle her sense of style, man.
Right?
That is a womanly woman.
Just because a biddy like to dress all fabulous doesn't mean she ain't no man biddy. She's just fabulous.
You know what?
What?
You know what it is?
What?
She doesn't dress for you.
Damn, that's right. She dresses for her. And maybe you can't handle that? Maybe you can't handle a powerful woman just wanting to feel powerful and sexy, but she is. And she ain't doing it for no man.
Like I say, one of my favorite things about Bayonetta is the character.
Oh, yeah. That is just straight up my favorite thing about Bayonetta. Do you think people are more critical of movies because they pay more for them? No. No, I don't.
No.
I think
Movies have always had critics.
the people are more critical of movies because they are a single encapsulated experience. One movie is one experience, and so you can be critical of this one thing. Whereas if you look at comic books, if you look at TV shows, they are...
Pound for pound, comic books are a lot more expensive than movies.
That's not where I was going.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Wow, just like in the middle of a thought, Rich.
That was a quick interjection. Calm your tits.
They're not calm, Rich! They're flapping! It's different criticizing an ongoing story and ongoing production than one single encapsulated thing like a movie is. So, you know, with a TV show, it has 12 episodes to take you on a journey, and even if one episode isn't that good, the rest of the episodes can bring it up, whereas a movie, you just got one movie. So they're different things. Where do you think we are? Yeah, I'm really liking it. I know Rich is having some issues with it, but he also hasn't had much time. Apparently the Steam reviews for this game are not kind.
No.
But...
I'm not hating it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm using Jack's equipment here. And I'm off my game. Insert excuse number 75.
There you go. Some blue guy in chat says, since I'm replaying one of their games, what do you think of Telltale games? I like story-based games, even ones that expand existing franchises, but the choices never seem to have much consequences.
That's the problem right there. Look, if the choices had much consequences, I'd be fine with Telltale games. As it is, they're in the category of just make a fucking movie or a cartoon or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know why anyone else... Oh, I don't know why anyone would be interested.
Right. Right? Yeah, I've never understood the love for Telltale games. Where it's like, just make like a motion comic or a... Well, you gotta...
That was
work past it. Work past it.
That wasn't work past territory.
You gotta work past it. You'll be fine. Rich pre-ordered Vanquish. I will pre-order Vanquish as soon as I get home. I have not pre-ordered Vanquish, but I have up until it comes out in order to get the bonus, because I also have Bayonetta. If you didn't hear, if you pre-order Vanquish and have Bayonetta in your Steam library, you get a 25% discount, which is pretty fucking good. I know Telltale games aren't a motion comic. What I'm saying is... They
are a motion comic. What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is, if your game doesn't have many game elements, maybe you should just make a motion comic.
What's the difference between a Telltale game and a motion comic?
The illusion of choice.
So there's no difference other than the pretend one. There's a pretend difference between these two things.
Right. When is the next RLM video, you schmucks? They just came out with one, a really great one, where Rich auditions to be in Blade Runner that I really enjoyed.
I was into their Walking Dead until I realized that none of these choices are mattering.
Right.
And then, well, what? Who cares? What the fuck? What am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Pizza Train is saying, I bought the Guardian or Game of Thrones Telltale. We'll never buy another one. Motion comic or visual novel? Sure. Like, and you know, if you want to call it a visual novel, just call it that. The problem I have with it is that they try to pretend it like it has gameplay. If you tip them, they have to read your question. No, Dreamer TK, we don't have to read your question. If you tip us, we will see it. Sometimes I don't say all the things you see. You type to us.
I've refused to read things before.
Yeah.
Not often. Almost never, but we're under no obligations to read what you tip.
The master says, what's wrong with playing them if you enjoy the story and writing?
Nothing.
Play with them. Enjoy them.
I'm going to criticize them. That doesn't mean you have to not like them.
If you like it, that's great. It's really great when you find something you enjoy. Rich and I are trying to explain why we don't necessarily enjoy them. But if you enjoy it, that's great. I wish you nothing but the best in all of your endeavors to find things you enjoy. But you love the Phoenix Wright games, which are basically visual novels.
I'm wishing there was more logic puzzle going on in the Phoenix Wright, to be honest.
If you notice, we often complain about that with Phoenix Wright and say, man, this would be a great thing if we could figure it out ourselves. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of I thought there would be a lot more puzzle elements.
I did too.
Yeah, to Phoenix Wright. We like playing them because we get to do goofy voices. And that seems to entertain y'all. And it entertains us. At least it does. And it entertains me when Rich says, oh, ho, ho.
Oh, ho, ho.
Yo, ho, ho. He was asking, how do you guys pick? Oh, how do we pick games we review? We
There's no science to it.
we just figure it out, you know.
What do you think about this? I don't know.
Right, and you know, sometimes it's like, well, here's the big game, and a lot of people are going to be talking about it, and maybe we want to talk about it. Like,
did I not lose health? That was a large drop.
you know, like with Zelda. So it's like, you know, Zelda's the new one, and then we'll get to, you know, talk about the Switch in general. Bayonetta, actually, that one just came about because we streamed it. And all of a sudden, like, Rich starts streaming it and says, you know what, maybe we should talk about this game. Originally, we were not going to do Bayonetta until we streamed it. And then we said, hey, this might have something in it. We're trying to figure out what we're doing next. Obviously, Vanquish is going to be on there, only because Rich has made a very big deal of wanting Vanquish on the PC, so we've got to talk about it now that it's on the PC. We're debating whether or not we want to talk about this hotly anticipated game. Rich is a big fan of classic Doom and Quake. You've talked about that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of roguelikes. This is in both of our wheelhouses, but we've talked with the developer of this game, and we backed it on Kickstarter. So, which I don't think really matter.
No.
That won't like cloud our judgment at all. So,
Really?
you hit the ceiling.
I presume there's some splash damage, for fuck's sake.
Rich, you have played Brutal Legend. Do you want to talk about Brutal Legend?
Yeah, I like it. I don't know how much I'm supposed to talk about it when I'm playing Strafe.
Okay.
It's missing a third act. It needs a third act. It doesn't feel finished. It's fun. I like the characters. I like the music. It's the closest I've come to liking a real-time strategy game. It is a real-time strategy game.
Right, yeah, you've said that.
It's kind of a hybrid platformery, real-time strategy game. All right. Where do I need to go? What am I missing? There's nothing up here.
Yep.
What's down here?
So yeah, we're still trying to figure out what we want to do next. I'm currently editing a first 4 hours of that I'm very excited to get out to you guys. We played a hot new release.
Filthy liar.
What? I'm giving him the tips, but oh, by the way, and this is completely, this has nothing to do with games that we review, but did everyone see the news that Ho-Po Games is working on Risk of Rain 2?
All right.
Early tests show that, you know, it might be very similar to Risk of Rain, but a third-person game in 3D.
All right.
Similar to Risk of Rain, but in 3D. So very exciting. Really, for no other reason than we get another fantastic Chris Christodoulou soundtrack out of it. They got the whole gang back together, and I'm pretty excited about that. Just because usually I like the games that they make, and like I said, we get another Chris Christodoulou soundtrack. We got a first 4 hours coming up. Hopefully I can get that out this week. I should be able to. Let's see here. Speaking of great TV, have either of you seen The Wire? Never heard it mentioned on the stream. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Rich?
No.
Yeah, neither have I. Sorry. I have nothing else to add. Some blue guy in chat says, one of my favorite moments from Westworld is in episode 2 when a main character asks a pre-park attendant, "Are you real?" And the attendant responds with, "If you can't tell, does it really matter?"
Can I say that's why Decker in Blade Runner, it should be ambiguous rather than he's definitely a replicant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why that's why I prefer the ending with no voiceover, because it leaves it more ambiguous. Yeah, that's the point. But yeah, Westworld is fantastic. Westworld is just a fantastic show. Let's see here. Daniel from SL says, one cannot simply watch your stream. One has to donate and ask permission to view the Jack and Rich or keep your eyes closed. Writing this with eyes closed was hard. Do I have permission to watch?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right? Sometimes I don't get the things you guys
You're
say.
some weird S&M shit, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not engaging. I'm not engaging in your sadomasochism. Craig Nation says, Jack and Rich, I have a book recommendation for you guys. It's called Old Man's War by John Scalzi. It's about old people getting their youth back to fight wars in space.
Okay.
It's just like Helldivers.
Oh.
All right. All right, that down. called Old Man's War. Great. Thanks for the recommendation.
All right.
Thanks for the recommendations.
There's got to be a scrap machine I missed around here, right?
There often is a scrap machine. Is it up there? Zip. Oh, looks like you've been up here. I mean, it's possible that there's not a scrap machine.
I probably ran across it early and forgot about it.
Oh, sure, sure. When you're in a safe space, press tab for map and Z more inventory and Q to use item. Hold on.
Wait, don't.
Huh?
Item.
Use item is the little trigger.
What item am I trying to use? Why am I trying to use it?
I don't know. That's what they just said. Here, hold on. So wait, he wants us to press tab? Or yeah, go to your map.
I have things rebound. It's probably not.
Oh, well, then fuck it. I don't even think you have an item. Go to your items.
I'm just kind of curious why my rebinding for inventory isn't working. Inventory.
Okay. You have to hold it down.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you don't have any items. Rich doesn't have any items.
I just wonder why the button wasn't working.
Yeah.
Tried it. Oh, great. Now where do I go for the egress?
For the egress? Hunchback Jack says, "Hey, Rich and Jack, what do you think of Mad Max, the game? I know you played it on stream a bunch, but would like to hear an impromptu review."
Sure. I can understand where you would find plenty of faults, and yes, if it weren't for the license, I don't know that I would like it near as much, in all honesty.
If it was called like Dirt Man?
Dirt Man Adventures?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest about that, then.
You drive around and it's Batman combat, right?
Yep.
And I know you've complained about its cookie cutter level design often. You run into the same shit over and over
Same
again.
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, now I don't know where to get to the...
I'll go to your map.
What's that show me?
Oh, I guess nothing. Dirt Man, Dusty Road. Yep. That was its working title.
Fuck. Can I zoom out in this stupid map?
No, I don't believe you can. But I think all the enemies should be dead, right? So you should be okay to walk around.
All the enemies are dead, I think.
Right?
What the...
Oh, they're saying another tip: use mouse wheel to zoom in and out of map.
Oh, hey.
Oh, there it is.
The red.
Oh no, that's a. Oh no, but the white. You see the white that goes nowhere on that side of your map? Head towards the red.
All right.
Head towards the red.
What is the red?
The red is Red Room, where bad guys came from.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look, this is a clever way to do your map? Obviously, it's not that functional. Where am I?
Well,
oh,
you
god.
can look up every once in a while, Rich. That way. There you go. There you go. All right, now go down. There it is. Ooh, you made it out of 101, Rich.
I've done this before at home, Jack.
Chaotic Sheep, Fury Road is an amazing movie. I don't know if it is overrated because everyone praises it and it should be praised.
Yeah.
So it's just a fantastic movie.
It's hard for me to call it overrated. It might be my favorite movie of all time.
That's the thing. If something is that good and everyone says it's that good, then it's not overrated.
If it's your favorite all time of something, it might be impossible to be overrated.
Bad guys are coming. Exactly. Old Chris says it just right. The Fury Road is rated just right. It's rated wonderfully because it's wonderful. Surly Troll says, "Hey Jack and Rich, what happened to your old backdrop with the pixelated video game characters?"
It sucked.
We didn't like them anymore. We wanted to move to a 3-camera setup.
Every time we wanted to film, we had to break the entire goddamn set down,
Yeah.
move it, and pack it up, and get it out of the way. And
Yeah.
it was a pain in the ass.
Yep.
It was ugly.
I thought it looked fine.
Nah, I could see only the faults. Probably it's because I made it, but
Right. I thought it looked fine, but it was
Wait, rockets? Is this that upgrade you were talking about? That was sweet.
yeah, I think you get rockets now as your alt fire.
Alt fire.
Yeah. There's a different upgrade for your bullets that if you hold down your trigger, your bullets fly, and then as soon as you let go of the trigger, all your bullets explode. It's what made my good run good. This is your alt fire. Instead of having a grenade launcher, it has rockets. But the other problem with the backdrops is we wanted to move to a 3-camera setup, which makes editing a lot easier for me and makes the episodes flow a little smoother.
There were reasons, multiple.
Right, and we didn't have a third backdrop, and we had no way to incorporate our 2 backdrops with a third back. Yeah, there were many. There's probably a guy right above you too. Yep.
What was that beeping again? It was a special door of some kind?
No, it's one of your. It's a scrap converter somewhere.
To convert it to money?
No, to give you like an armor or bullets. So somewhere back there is a scrap converter. Exactly. Shot, reverse shots, 2 nerds sitting on a couch. But so now, and the couch is a lot easier. It also it sounds so much better filming here in the library, where before fixing our sound and also editing the sound of each episode added 3-4 hours to my edit time. No joke.
Oh, fuck! Horse shit!
So the sound in here is much better, and I no longer have to take that time fixing the sound. Many, many reasons why we moved from the old backdrop. We're still trying to find something to make it a little more video gamey in here, but all of our ideas, nothing ever happens with our ideas. We don't know how to display them properly, and we haven't quite figured out how to make our ideas a reality. But the library of awful films, yes.
This game is brutal.
Huh? It is. You didn't pick up that power up. It's that red thing over there. There you go. There you go. This game is brutal rich, which is what makes it very satisfying when you do well. Oh. You know what? Maybe if you play the video game... Where did you come from?
Probably up top.
If you play the video game, maybe you can... maybe there's some sort of options in the video game where it'll tell you what the controls are. Any plans for a review of Babe, considering of how much Rich loves it? Not currently in the works?
No.
Dress up your family and friends as video game characters and force them to stand in the background? Probably not that, but we'll do something. We'll figure something out to make it a little more video gamey.
Yeah. Did this game really need monster closets?
Yep. Yep, it did. Someone's still hanging around. It sure enough did, Rich. So, Jack, is your Switch sitting in a closet? No, actually, my Switch is off to Nintendo for repairs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Didn't I tell you about it? I lost, my controllers lost connectivity.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about that.
Just one day out of the blue, as I got Mario Kart 8, for some reason my Switch no longer recognized my Pro controller or my Joy-Cons, and I could not get them to connect for the life of me for more than 3 seconds. Like a Joy-Con would connect, and then half a second later, immediately disconnect, and the same with my Pro controller. So I got to send it in. Oh yeah, no, press escape. Yeah, you see how weird that is?
Escape does nothing.
Okay. Unless here, wait, hold on. Let me grab the keyboard here real quick. All right, no, you don't touch anything. Oh, this is weird. WASD doesn't do anything. Whoa. Wait, stop. Oh, because the batteries fell out of this.
None of the buttons are doing what they should do.
Huh?
Nothing is making me strafe. I'm trying.
I know. That was my problem. Hold on. I'm gonna put the batteries in this keyboard, and we're gonna try. Oh fuck! We're gonna try using the keyboard. Don't go through that door.
Now I.
Okay. Now please don't touch anything. Yeah, that turns too.
Hold on shift.
Nope.
Left shift? Control? I'm trying to remember what it was in Wolfenstein. It's insane if there's not a button you hit. It's not, you can't strafe. You could strafe in Wolfenstein, chat. I fucking played Wolfenstein when it came out. It was the best fucking birthday present I ever got.
It's not the arrow keys either.
I hadn't heard of it before. My dad just gives me this game. It's Wolfenstein 3D. I'm like, oh my god!
Right.
I'm the guy shooting the people. It's me, Jack.
Yeah. Alt does not work for strafing.
Wolfenstein blew my little brain.
Yeah, nothing strafes.
You never strafed in That's because you sucked at Wolfenstein. That's why you never strafed in Wolfenstein. What did you do?
You ran out of time.
Don't hit me, thing. Don't hit me, thing. Don't do anything. Don't do anything.
I'm sorry, Rich. Did you want to figure it out? Because you wouldn't be able to shoot anyone.
Did we figure it out?
Huh?
You got to play Wolfenstein. That's good for you, Jack.
You'll get to play it again. They come up all the time.
Fucking prick.
Did you want to figure it out? I wanted to figure it out.
I wanted to play Wolfenstein. That's
Well,
what I wanted.
You know what? Too fucking bad.
Oh, wait, is that holding down? One food? One? Oh, God.
Wait, is there another food in there or no?
No, there wasn't.
Oh, you might need that head.
I know.
Later. That's funny. I know I loved Beautiful Joe. They were asking if we love any other Platinum games like Metal Gear Rising, Beautiful Joe, or Devil May Cry. I think we talked about Devil May Cry last time, and neither of us had really played it.
Yeah, I just never played much Devil May Cry.
But I loved Beautiful Joe. Man, what a great game.
Yeah, Beautiful Joe was fun.
Did they ever do a HD remake of that?
That came out as a Capcom game. I don't know, was Platinum a thing yet?
I don't know. Because if that's on PC, I'd buy the shit out of that.
It's on the GameCube. You could emulate that.
I have a GameCube also. I could just get the GameCube game.
Or you could get a, you know what, you can get a GameCube emulator, and then you could put your Beautiful Joe disc in your computer, and you're not pirating anything.
Yeah, but I just have a GameCube.
You could make a copy of your own Beautiful Joe disc, and you're not pirating anything.
But I have a GameCube already. There's no need for any sort of piracy. I could just buy the game and play it on the GameCube that I already have.
If you want to have the hassle of hooking up a GameCube.
It's already hooked up.
Why?
Huh? Because I was playing Wind Waker. And my GameCube also has the Game Boy Advance attachment, so I can play all of my Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games on the television, Rich. So that's how I was playing Oracle of Seasons. And yes, I still plan on playing the Zelda games on stream. But Strafe came out. We didn't know Strafe was coming out, so we needed to play Strafe. That was going to be my plan for today, was for me to bring in some Zelda games like Oracle of Seasons and Wind Waker, but we were playing Strafe instead. That sounds horrible to play them on the TV. What? It's great.
Horrible to play which on the TV?
Game Boy Advance. And,
Why?
And, no, it's great to play them on the TV.
And play on some stupid tiny screen? That's better?
You could do both.
Was it more authentic?
You can do both. Well, it's one of the greatest things the GameCube ever made is a little attachment that's stuck on the bottom of the GameCube to plug Game Boy Advance games in. And you could play Game Boy Color and original Game Boy games on it. It was fantastic. It's the greatest piece of technology at the time. Blah.
Killed by?
Killed by God.
God. Wow.
You spilled 550...
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I'll stream the original Wind Waker because I still have it. I found my copy of the original Wind Waker, and even though I would love...
I have the HD one.
Right? Like...
I have it.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of logistical reasons why, for me, it's just way easier to play my GameCube in my office.
Fuck this.
If you don't shoot the corpse, the guys don't come in. Right
yeah?
away. Shooting the corpse. So, like, if you want to, like...
Yeah, that makes sense. That
fight
makes
the guys
sense.
first, then shoot the corpse. I have that too, and playing the Game Boy Metroid games on my TV was great. Oh, it was the greatest piece of technology ever.
Jesus Christ!
I'm so sorry, Rich. I'm so sorry. Do you want to do you want to try the other gun or shotgun or just
For a little bit.
yeah.
All those headshots, huh? Huh?
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yep. No, and you got a nice little area there to kind of they line up right in front of you. You can back up, have a little breathing room. That's what it's all about. Is just finding your little shooting gallery areas. So then, if you get another health pack at full health,
That's the. I'm not gonna make it there at full health because I'm terrible.
right? But if you do get one, then you get bonus health.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
I had one last round actually.
Oh, did you? I wasn't paying attention.
See, look at that. One hit. There's almost half my shield's gone. One hit.
To be fair, Rich,
One hit.
you went up the stairs and didn't look around. You have to be a little more cautious. You have to look around more. You came into that room and didn't look behind you. Who knows if there's anything behind you?
At what point is it just kind of a questionable, if not terrible, at least a questionable design decision? At what point?
For what?
The emphasis on not having fast-paced action.
I think it is fast.
I understand the negative reviews this has gotten. I fully understand.
I understand them too when it comes to people's perception, but it's still fast-paced action. You just have to deal with it slowly.
That doesn't make any sense, Jack.
Yeah. I'm with you, Rich. I'm with you. I do think a little bit of it is, though, just straight up getting good.
Well, that's every game.
Oh, yeah.
Except for Zelda games.
Ithon Mage, actually, when we started, I didn't know that you could go in weaponless and take the wrench off of the dead crewman. That was my first run tonight, was a weaponless run. Made it to area 1-2, which is pretty excited for my first weaponless run. Have you upgraded to OBS 18? It now has audio compression filter built in. It works great. We auto update. Yeah, so we're at 18.0.1. We haven't messed with any of the audio compression, but if it's built in, we will look into that. Barrels are not your friend, Rich.
No, they're not, Jack.
Barrels are not your friend.
No, they're not.
And you know what? They're so tempting because it won't cost me any bullets. I'll throw this barrel. That'll be so nice, and they're never your friend.
I don't like that the one gun upgrade I got felt more like a downgrade.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I thought I was going to say more, but then I just didn't.
I don't like. To me, all of your complaints are very rational, except for that it's a roguelike, and that's kind of just what roguelikes are. Is sometimes you'll get a power up that.
Look, I didn't go in that room and fight in that room. Look at me. I'm retreating, corridor, shoot things.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, you can just chase me in here. I really Yep. Yeah, no.
Well, I don't know. That's
with that.
we talked about that a little bit at the beginning, which is the roguelike element might not mesh well with an old school, fast-paced action shooter. Where like what you're seeing Rich do now, he's going to go back into the hallway probably and lead them all down the hallway again. And that's a little cheap, but it works. They line up, he can get his headshots. Except with that guy, yeah. And I'll tell you this, I do this a lot. Like, and I've gotten a lot farther in the game, and you just keep doing that. You keep finding your spots to funnel the bad guys, like the spots that you know are safe and you have some room to back up and you have some room to maneuver. And you do that a lot. And that does clash with the Doom Quake mentality.
It really does.
There's a box up there. With a power up. Or with a thing.
I haven't noticed much of a benefit from those.
I don't know what they do. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what they do. Also, that Tower of Guns games or whatever. Yeah, the Tower of Guns was pretty similar. Like, Tower of Guns got old after a while. I like shooting these enemies more than I liked shooting the enemies in Tower of Guns. Is what I'll say.
I'm saying there's stuff to criticize, and I understand the mixed reviews.
Sure.
I think difficulty levels would have alleviated a lot of the issues. Well, lower difficulty with that swipe that took off like half of my shield. It only does 10% damage to my shields.
If you make it too easy,
difficulty levels.
If you make it,
you kick it up when you get good at one difficulty level. If
you make it too easy, a lot of players.
We're not talking about making it too easy. We're talking about making it easier. There's a difference.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I could agree that there are some balance issues that hopefully they will address. But I think it's overall, I think it's a fine game.
Fuck.
At the beginning of the game, you choose whether you want a standard rifle.
Next time, I'll switch it up.
A shotgun or a rail gun. And, as you play, you actually can pick up different weapons. They don't last very long. You can't pick up new ammo for any new weapons, but you do get to pick up new weapons. But your main weapon at the start is either a rifle, a shotgun, or a rail gun. And
I don't know why you would ever want the rail gun.
It works actually shockingly well. You can keep everyone at a distance. It one-shot kills a lot of enemies.
God damn it.
And you can do fairly well with the railgun. And one of the upgrades for the railguns turns it into a buzzsaw launcher, which can slice through multiple enemies, which turns it insanely powerful. Insanely powerful. Is there a game genre that has yet to get the roguelike treatment? What?
There's enough in there. 110.
Oh, neat. Oh. Neat. Is there a genre that has yet to get the roguelike treatment?
This was it. This is why I wanted to see this.
Oh, I'm sure there's a bunch of genres. What about a racing game? A racing game where every racetrack is new every time you play it. I'm throwing that out there as a genre that hasn't gotten the roguelike treatment.
How do you balance that with difficulty and roguelike's difficult and permadeath with like a racing game?
I'm not saying it's a good idea. Well, so you have to win the cup or whatever, right? You have to win the racing cup, but every time you play a new track is different. It's been done? I'm not saying that's a good idea. I'm naming a genre that might not have a roguelike element. What? What? Or yeah, what about
real-time strategy?
What about a real-time strategy or how about this, Rich? A Telltale game that's also a roguelike. If you don't drive the story in the right direction, it's a new story every time. FX0 has randomly generated tracks? Is that true, Twitch Plays Pokemon? That'd be dope. I remember FX0 being good. Oh, that would be working. Telltale doesn't do that. Listen, I'm not saying my ideas are good. I'm just trying to spitball ideas here. You get a story-heavy Telltale game, but if you make the wrong choices, your character can die. Like, there are life and death choices that you have to make, right?
They'd never do that in a Telltale game.
And if your character dies, it's reincarnated into a new person that has an entirely new story.
Fucking things.
Sim City roguelike. Ooh yeah, like a city management roguelike.
Oh!
What?
Jack.
What?
Doom!
What?
E1M1! This is the opening area of Doom!
Oh. Okay. I don't know what that means.
You wouldn't, you plebeian. You fucking Philistine.
Sure. I don't know what a Philistine is.
It's because you're a Philistine.
There's more. Huh? A Philistine doesn't know what a Philistine is? Did you get this impression of the game when you played the demo? Well, no. Remember the demo was one level that never changed. It was almost a speed running level.
The demo, well, it didn't have limited ammo, did it?
Ooh, I don't remember actually.
It was unlimited ammo.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the secondary being more useful and requiring. I don't remember having issues using this like this. I almost never have enough ammo in my clip to use the secondary.
Sure. Yeah, so like the demo to this game was very different than this only because it was just one level, but now we're getting a real idea of the difficulty and the random aspects to it.
Look, I don't hate this. I'm criticizing it, and I think I'm criticizing it fairly, but Oh, I was holding the rocket launcher. I picked up the rocket launcher and it never auto switch into a rocket launcher. Any game, ever. Ever. What's wrong?
No, just listen. Just watching. I was zoning for a moment. I was just zoning for a moment. So I think that that gives your turns your alt into a laser. So if you hold down your alternate fire, it turns it into a. You have to hold it down until it shoots.
Right. I don't necessarily want to do that right now.
Oh, right. But it turns into a long distance, basically a sniper. Do you have someone following you? No. BGB Live. We're not saying that Strafe is shit. In fact, I'm saying I enjoy it a lot. Rich has some criticisms of it, but I don't think Rich is saying it that it's shit.
No.
Right. So.
I think this game needs tweaking. I don't think it needs to be scrapped. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep. I opened Steam and received the great news. Then I saw your Twitter feed. Yes.
Monster Closet got me.
Oh.
No, I'm dead. This game should not have fucking monster closets ever.
I think they're fine. They're fine. It pumps up the excitement, man. Pumps it right up.
It just pumps up the frustration.
Until you get it. You'll get into that flow. Yeah, give the railgun a try. Give the railgun a try. No, I'm not growing a mustache. Lisa would hate that. If I had a mustache, Lisa would hate it. She barely put up with the beard. No, didn't like that.
I didn't like losing most of my health to one of those little robots.
Yeah. All right. And no, I'm very happy with no facial hair. I'm a no facial hair kind of guy. Doop.
All right, can this thing be accurate?
It can be. At the longer distance you go, the more it can veer, but it can be. Like to me, the monster closets, they can work. Especially there are some parts of the games where you need to go to an area to retrieve a key.
No, because there's a group of enemies behind you don't know about in a game where losing every bit of health matters.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
You can't be careful about a modern monster closet. They happen, and you don't know they're there. They're by nature, they're surprises.
Mm-hmm. I Donuts wants to know, it's like, do you think the developer is happy with the current state of the game? If not, why keep it? Why not keep it in early access longer? Well, you have, from what we know about releasing games, sometimes you have a date, and you have a date, you release it.
I still don't know that this is terrible, by the way. I have far less time in this game than Jack does.
You have what?
And Jack seems to be getting along with it okay.
Yeah. Yeah, all it takes is time. You'll find the flow. As a Kickstarter backer, I received an update today about the game that said that they were already working on a patch. One, to smooth out the difficulty of this first zone. You can do a quick restart instead of ending.
Oh, yeah. Let's try the shotgun.
Huh?
Try the shotgun.
All right. So they're already working on a patch to smooth out the difficulty of this first level and to fix some bugs. I know I was experiencing a ton of glitches later on in the game as I got to the second and third zone.
Oh, no.
What?
That's it. One shot, point blank, didn't even kill the corpse. That took 2 shots, Jack.
Yeah.
Why did that take 2 shots?
That's a great question, Rich.
Oh, well, I'm already fucked. I'm already fucked.
Why?
How am I going to deal with this?
Are they killing each other?
It might be.
Nice. So the developer is working on a patch. I had a ton of glitches later on in the game. Bullets, like I'd shoot my gun and bullets would just hang in the air. Obviously, we had that weird thing earlier where we started dropping frames like nobody's business. So they're working on it. They're working on it. And, why not hold it for longer? Is sometimes you don't know what the problem is until it's in more people's hands. And the best way to get it in more people's hands is to release it. Whether or not they're happy with their final product, that's up to them. I don't know. But sometimes you just gotta say, fuck it, we'll release it. Oh my god, what's the Oh, Jesus Christ. We've been streaming for... That's right, we started early. Usually, we've been starting later, usually.
I know.
We started early. We've been playing for a while. Let's see. Anonymous says, Rich and Jack, Gremlins 2 is silly as fuck.
Yeah.
Assuming
That's why some people like it and some people don't like it.
Yeah. Yep. Assuming you like it as much as Jay, which is a stretch.
I don't.
Since it's Jay's
I
favorite
don't hate
movie.
it, but I don't like it near as much as Jay does.
I mean, yeah, it's fun. It's a fun movie. I don't like it as much as Gremlins. I like Gremlins more. But,
yeah.
What is your favorite Gremlin from Gremlin 2?
Brain Gremlin.
Oh, yeah. He's cute. And I don't even know all the... you know what? I'll say just because it's the most disturbing, Sexy Lady Gremlin. That's the weirdest one. That's the weirdest
Spider
one.
Gremlin, Bat Gremlin, Vegetable Gremlin, and you think Lady Gremlin. Just a Gremlin that's a female is the weirdest one.
Only because they made her sexualized. Don't you think that's the strangest thing? Gave her the big lips.
So women are only okay when they're not sexual. I'm trying to understand where you're coming from.
Oh no, it's not that a woman is sexual, it's that a gremlin is sexual.
Hey, I'm not judging.
I feel like you are, Rich. I feel like you're judging me not wanting a over-sexualized gremlin.
You think it's weird to not want an over-sexualized gremlin? Why do you think that, Jack?
Wait, what? You're playing some mind games on me now, Rich. Wait a minute. BGB Live says, I'm sure you were asked this a bajillion times, but will you be playing Prey? I liked
Probably
it.
not. There's too much shit in my goddamn plate. I'm sorry.
We're at a
We have
really
time to play everything.
we're at a really good point in games right now where we have a good amount of games that we're playing at the moment. I really liked it, but you guys could go either way. It's a brutal difficulty, survival horror, first-person shooter.
Oh God, survival horror.
I didn't get survival horror. I thought it was like a sci-fi thing. Oh, maybe I'm... Come here, guys. Well, now that you've said... Oh, yeah. See, people in chat are saying it's not survival horror. If you tell us it's survival horror, we are less likely to play it. Just putting that out there. Putting that out there. And currently, no. Currently, we have no plans to play it, only because we're playing this, and Vanquish is going to come out in a couple weeks.
I'm playing River City Ransom Underground. Little 2D pick. Yeah, I don't care. I like River City Ransom. It's one of my favorite games in the NES.
Mm-hmm.
Both not the new 3D game called Prey. I don't care. I don't care. Just play Nier. Well, Vanquish is coming out, and people, Nier was made by Play. Yeah, I know. I really love Vanquish. I'm glad to see it on PC with a high frame rate.
Your ability to not only have a conversation with yourself, but argue with yourself should be commended, Rich. I just...
Oh, shit, more down here than I thought. Oh, fuck.
You're still fine. You got plenty of health. Plenty of health. Oh, Rich, you got plenty of health!
This game is hard enough. I'm going to make it, like, maybe to the end of this level with that much health.
Yes, and that's how you learn. You have to keep pushing. If you keep resetting, you're never gonna push past this, Rich. Get as far as you can. Is the name of the game. Failure builds character or some shit like that. You got to stop resetting. Just
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
that was me. I'm trying to give you tips, Rich. I'm trying to give you quick tips here. Tips. Rich understands that he has to get good. He's working on it. He's getting. Anonymous says, Rich and Jack, you don't have a choice. You have to play a DC villain.
Fuck off.
Whether it be on the big screen.
Just fuck off, all right? I don't give a shit.
What are you talking about? Rich.
What's the question? Tell me, you don't have a choice. I have all the choice in the world. You don't have a choice. You know what? I'm not going to read the rest of your tip. That's my fucking choice. Tell me I don't got a choice. The fuck do you think you are?
Where's this coming from? They were just asking a fun hypothetical question. They're like, I got a silly question for Rich and Jack. I bet if I ask him a silly question about which DC villain they would like to play as an actor, oh, I bet we could get some mileage out of that. Where does this come from? Richard Edlund Evans, you horrible dickhead. Rich is not feeling good right now because of all of his death and failure.
Jack, you don't know me.
I do know you. Listen to you. You're being cranky because you're dying so many
I'm being
times.
comically cranky. I am not being seriously cranky. All right, DC villain. What's the full... Now that we got that out of the way, what's the full question?
You have to play a DC villain, whether it be on the big screen or television. What villain would you pick and why? And if you are willing, how would you play a villain? You get to choose, and I know you...
Why a DC villain?
That's just what... Well, DC also has better villains, usually, but...
I don't necessarily agree with that. Black Manta? What?
Batman has a more interesting rogues...
Batman.
Has a more interesting rogues gallery than...
What about the rest of the DC universe, Jack?
Do I even know any of their villains?
Oh! So maybe the DC universe doesn't have good villains so much as Batman has an unusually good rogues gallery.
Batman has some good villains, and they might even rival some of Spider-Man's best villains.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
So you have to play. And you know what? Because I know you don't like to consider yourself an actor.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't get to... maybe you don't have to play. Maybe you just get to...
The question is, I don't think... You know what? I think get to the heart of this.
Yeah.
Question isn't necessarily, in my mind, which I would like to play.
Yeah.
Which would I be a good choice for, if any?
Okay.
Mr. Mixel... Oh, God. How the fuck...
Mr. Mixplixstick?
Mixy Piddlix.
Yeah. Rich Evans as Mr. Mixplixsticks. Yes. That's a great choice, Rich. That's a great choice.
Is everyone concurring with that? Obviously, right answer.
Yes.
Oh, playful evil imp.
A playful evil imp. Agreed. Now, if you get to direct a villain, you get to choose how a villain gets played by an actor. Or is that too far out there? Disty says, I asked the question, and that is clearly the right answer. Yes, Risk would be a great Mr. Mixplixslips.
Shit. Oh, Monster Closet. Monster's behind me. I lost half my health. In one hit. Oh, that was nice.
You're fine.
No, I'm not.
You're fine. No, I wouldn't want to do Mr. Freeze because I really like Mr. Freeze. I could probably pull off a decent Riddler.
Oh, that's an interesting choice.
If I wanted to play Riddler in a specific way, I could probably pull that off.
I'm liking you as Riddler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I could pull that off in an interesting way. N64 cartridges.
Yeah. Shot it because that's what N64 cartridges get in my book.
Number 2 would be Harley Quinn. I think I could make a really good gender swapped Harley Quinn. Because Harley can Harley be a guy's name too?
Yeah, can.
Yeah.
It's a wrestler, big tough wrestler, Harley Race.
Well, there you go. So yeah, I'd be the gender swapped Harley Quinn, who's just kind of a low level clown who's pushed too far. Falls in love with a female,
the Joker.
With a female super.
Nobody said that.
Huh?
You just said gender swapped Harley Quinn.
And I'm falling in
you
love.
Didn't say anything about gender swapped Joker. That was never on the table.
And I'm falling in love with a female supervillain. Obviously.
Why? Is there something wrong if you're, a same-sex supervillain?
Well, I get to choose.
Is there something wrong with that?
Of course there's not, but I get to choose who I get to play. So
wow, I didn't know that you were so close-minded, Jack.
Entirely.
I had no idea.
Entirely. Entirely close-minded. Does this floor drop?
Yes. And there's a ton of shit under here.
Oh.
Just fuck.
You're fine. You still have 100 health.
I have about half the health I started with.
Fine. Fine.
Define fine.
You're going to make it. Ish. Anonymous says, hey, did you guys see the teaser for the new season of House of Cards where Jeff Sessions is a scumbag?
No, I didn't.
Nope. I don't, I
don't hate it. I didn't get into House of Cards. I watched almost the entire first season with Karen. I'm like, I get it. Mm-hmm. He's an asshole politician. I get it.
Lisa and I felt the exact same way. We're like, oh yeah, it's a good show. But I just don't care.
Here's the problem with it. It's not a shocking thing that changes the way we look at politicians. It's this is exactly what people think politicians are like in reality.
Right. And it's like it's a really well produced show. The acting's all really great, but yeah,
House was like, oh man, that's a doctor. Oh, and he's such an asshole.
Yeah.
Doctors aren't supposed to be assholes. Well, that's an interesting idea. House of Cards is like, yeah, that's a politician. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Pretty much. So it's a fine show. I just don't care. Yeah. I'm with you. Let's see here. BGB Live says, Jack, thoughts on the current superhero show seasons? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the best. Arrow got much better. The Flash is quickly becoming the worst thing ever. And Supergirl is certainly a TV show. If you don't know BGB, Supergirl is my favorite. I find that show to be adorable and constantly good. More importantly, the second season. As soon as they came to CW, I think it's been consistently really good. I think they're handling Supergirl as a character appropriately. They're giving her kind of personal challenges instead of supery challenges as she's Supergirl. So, there's just not a lot of interesting in things that she can punch. That was actually a big part of this most recent episode is she keeps messing with the cops. She keeps like swooping in like while the cops are in the middle of doing something, and Supergirl like swoops in and the cops are like, whoa, Supergirl, can you fucking stop that? Because we have a job to do. And actually, when you save the day, criminals are finding a loophole to get out of jail time. The Supergirl defense. You're destroying evidence. You're being kind of a pain in the ass.
Was that Lisa? Are you needed at the home front?
No, that was my alarm telling me that it's my bedtime.
Okay. Oh my God, how late is it?
It's almost 11.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And
this will be the last run.
Something you should know about my alarm that tells me that it's my bedtime, I never listen to it. I don't even know why I have it set. It's just there to make me feel guilty.
I got a message a little while. Let me see if I'm not leader to the home front. I doubt it. She should be long in bed. Oh, weird.
What?
Wrong number.
Oh, that's fun. No, don't do anything back. Don't just wrong number. Just hey, wrong number.
What do I do?
Don't start something. And so in any case, the point with the Supergirl TV show.
Hey girl, it's Ben. Be there in 10.
This isn't like someone gave him the wrong number on purpose. This is he was on his way to a place and just misdialed. Don't do anything. Oh, you're gonna take a picture of yourself? Take a selfie.
Yeah.
Well, here.
I can't take I don't know how to take a fucking selfie. Here, let me get some light in here, right?
Here, no, here, look.
Wait, it just flips?
See, you hit that, and now it's the front-facing camera. And then you still have to press the camera button.
I can't. You need to hit the button.
Well, see, you take a selfie like this, Rich, with your thumb on. Okay. So put your.
I'm not that narcissistic.
There you go. Now you have to hit the camera. Oh God, no! Don't do that, Rich. Put your shirt down. We're gonna get dinged by Twitch. Do you guys see this? Rich, Twitch is gonna ban us.
Oh no, it's blurry. I have to do this again.
Oh God, don't. No, just a face of you with your thumbs up. Jesus. Banned. We're banned from Twitch. Oh, Rich! Stop banning us from Twitch. Oh my God.
Can't wait, baby.
What? Get over here! Oh, Rich. What kind of life are we living?
Can't wait, baby cakes.
Baby cakes? Baby cakes? So someone just texted Rich, texted the wrong number and said, "Hey baby, it's Ben. I'll be there in 10." And Rich sent back that. They have your number now, man. They have your number. What's going on? Baby cakes.
Let's start reading names. There's no better end than that.
Baby cakes, Rich. You baby caked that dude. Sweet Jesus Christ.
Wait.
Are they calling now?
Yeah, yo, is this Ben? Hey, how's it going? Hello? Hello? Hi, who is this? This is Ben? How you doing, Ben? I'm okay. You on the way over? You on the way over? Oh, cool. Hey, yeah, well, yeah, come right on in. That'll be great. I got some wine. The wine's chilling. There's no way I'm gonna put this on speakerphone. I can't do that. I'm streaming right now, so. All right, have a nice one, man. All right.
That was Ben. Ben just called. Was he being funny?
I think so.
He thinks so. He's
either funny or a psychopath.
He was trying to play along.
Yeah.
Because he obviously just dialed the wrong number.
Right.
Texted the wrong number. Rich thought he'd have a little fun back at him. And Ben thought he'd keep the gag going. Ay. Oh, Ben. Also, we have a problem.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's on the big... Oh, wait. Is this not connected? Oh.
You didn't connect it, but we got our backup here.
No, auto connects. No, auto connects. It's on me. It's on me.
That's on you. That's all right. Boom. But we got our subs from this. Oh, Ben.
What?
Automatic spam bot filter. What the shit's that for? Here we go! Here we go! What is today? May 7th? Great. Here's May 7th. Alright. So, Rich Evans did bring wine. Yeah. You're going to get in trouble. Ben's going to call you tomorrow to be like, hey, where were you? You're going to be like, hey.
Then it's time to get a new number. And that's fine.
Oh, sure. Okay, so we have Doobie Sandwich, Corked Spiral, who says, thanks for all the great streams, guys. Keep up the great work. Kanula, Lodum, Ali Raza for 15 months in a row. Ali Raza says, 2 days and I get my Magnus Builder badge.
Yes, it is May 10th.
Today's May 10th, not May 7th. Well, we read these already then. Rich, we read these already. Okay, so stream started May 10th. TC Brady 133 says 7 months, please kill me. Len Bogan, Dr. Gunter Hunterhanker for 17 months in a row says make a splody go boom, please. Favorite customer says, hey guys, did you hear Bayonetta is coming to PC? Thank you. Cristo Beraberto MC Pooh says Jacka. Jacka. Jacka.
Where's it at the top?
Right at the top. Right at the top.
Oh, so
Right
you
at
scrolled past it already.
Yep.
Bonga Dog for 32 fucking months in a row. Says 32 months is like a 100 years in dog years. Rough.
Ah.
Riot Crew for 35 fucking months in a row.
So close.
Says, I've been inspired by a subscriber from last stream sharing her breast cancer. I have a rare form of thyroid cancer. I watched your stream as I recovered in bed after surgery. I have another surgery on June 7th. Hope you stream. LOL. Warm your cockles. Good luck.
Consider the cockles warm.
Good luck. Tiberius Kirk. 20 fucking months in a row. You know what? Back to Riot Crew. Here.
What?
Here. I know it was only 35, but... Fuck it. 35 motherfucking months in a row. You got one a month early. That magical 36. Tiberius Kirk for 20 fucking months. Tiberius Kirk for 20 fucking months in a row, says. Congrats on passing 1 million total views on Twitch, prereq. I'll be celebrating by being in the pool when you read this. Biffopotamus! 35 fucking months in a row. My name is Doug. Kirk Linden. Muds the Paladin. AJ Pimpsall says another month. Another manual subscription on Twitch Prime.
Nice.
Moogmaster 34 says.
Which is breaking all the rules. I know.
What? Breaking all the rules?
They're talking about your rule breaking.
Cancer gets you a month early. That's the new rule. I can make the fucking rules.
All right. That's fair.
Moogmaster 34 says, just wanted to say, God damn it, Rich, you got me addicted to Stardew Valley and XCOM.
No.
You're welcome, kid.
You're welcome.
Brew Crew Streaming. WW12345678910. Striker 1121 for 24 fucking months in a row says, thanks for the 2 years of inexpensive entertainment, boys. Gargamel Jubilex. Dr. Soynace 25 fucking months in a row says, feel my skills. Donkey.
Donkey. All right. 6. Lugan Bruiser says, hey guys. Slug Knight, who says, bought PC Bayonetta and suddenly Vanquish on PC. It's a good day all around.
Yes, it is. Especially for Ben.
Ben, oh, you guys, the photo that Ben has now is a keepsake. He's gonna get it. He's gonna print it out and get it framed, Rich. Kiwi the iguana. J Reed 2112. Juxtext. Gutter Stars for 17 months in a row says, yeah. KCIC 707. Justin Orhees. Ed Boron. Taggart McStone. for 25 fucking months in a row. Says, I love to see you guys tonight. Love to see you guys tonight.
Is that Ben?
What if it's Ben? What if Ed or Taggart McStone is Ben, and Ben's a fan?
Then it's getting creepy. Look, I talked to Ben on the phone.
Yeah.
Just judging on his way, I think I could take Ben.
You think you could take him?
I think I could take Ben.
Okay, cool. Great. Cool Trainer Lahendi says Rich is right about Blade Runner. Mr. Kurtz, 1979. J.J. Cheeker for 16 months in a row says, I'm going to make wine out of your testicles.
Laycon, 22 fucking months in a row says, for me, these Star Wars movies suck, and I'll probably stop it if the new one is shit. They said shut, I'm assuming they meant shit.
Sure, absolutely.
Being part of Red Letter Media, will you ever be able to escape them if you wanted to? I do and no.
Agent Prodigy, if you're just joining us now, we're ending the stream, and at the end of the stream, we collect... during the stream, we collect everyone who subscribed to us, and now we're thanking them. So anyone who subscribed to us during the stream, this is the point in which we thank them because we're ending.
That way, whatever we're talking about is not interrupted because we want to thank the people who subscribe.
Of course.
We'd be doing it a lot.
But you know what? If you say are just joining us right at this very moment because you see that we are streaming Strafe. And
we just finished.
And now you're just hearing us read names while not playing. That would be confusing.
It would.
Absolutely.
I get that.
Absolutely.
Ryan from MI says, TOS, TNG, man will overcome their hate and learn to live in peace. Deep Space Nine. Fuck that, you'd better pray to Space God because you ain't going to make it otherwise. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
NSF Wookie says, big fan, have a good night, guys. Lord We says, thanks for the hours and hours of entertainment, chaps. Bacon Cheese Ninja. Top Ramens, 26 fucking months in a row says, 26 months? When do I get my BOTW cameo? Vanderenth, 12 months in a row says, 1 year, you hacks. Keep it up. Quality Pixel says, wee. Blueberry. Dashing Dapper Dandy Dancer. JTH 28. And David, I know people, who says, you're playing Injustice right before 2 comes out. Great thinking, Jack. Also, fuck that other guy. Flash has been great. Thank you for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
What? I saw someone said they just sent a tip to him, so we want to read that real quick before. Yeah, I like the Flash show. I think it's a fine show. Wake up, thank you. Flash is a fine show. Actually, we have a couple tips.
Okay, just go for it.
Anonymous says, Rich, you were like 10 years old when Tim Burton's Batman came out.
Yeah.
What was your initial opinion? How has that evolved over the years? What's your ideal Batman movie?
I liked the movie because it was a hype and I was young, but I always hated the costume.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked that it was all black,
mm-hmm.
and I never liked Batman walking around in a giant armored suit that left him immobile. Even at a young age, with the hype around that movie, I couldn't get into that style of Batman.
Do you remember when he's in the bat plane?
I can't turn my head.
And he has to look to see if he hit the Joker, and he goes like this.
Yeah. It drove me nuts when I was I was a little bit older than 10.
Sure.
And I'm an old man. I was like 12.
Yeah,
Still, I was young.
Ideal Batman movie.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight's a pretty good Batman movie.
Focus on the villains.
I would love, and Rich and I have talked about this before, a Batman movie where we don't get a supervillain, or maybe make the supervillain the mob boss.
Look, it's Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Where Batman is just a detective and he doesn't need anything super powered gadget wise. He just crawls around and spooks people and fights goons. I'd love that.
They're not really movies, but I kind of love the Arkham games portrayal of Batman as a character.
Okay.
That's some good Batman.
Good Batmaning.
Yeah.
This time it's Lupus says, Rich, you should have responded to that text with you dialed the wrong number, but I just want to let you know, good luck. We're all counting on you.
It's going to be fine.
Oh, no, it's going to be fine. I get uncomfortable with pranks.
Oh, please.
No, me. I do. I'm uncomfortable.
Prank.
You pranked
Prank
him.
is not a prank.
You pranked him.
That's some mild fucking with somebody.
That's a prank. What do you think a prank is? I don't have a mouse. You should know that. Did he text you back?
No.
You can, there's a way you can block that number.
I'm just deleting it right now.
Block it.
He's not going to call back.
I don't have a mouse, Rich. I can't end the stream. I don't have a mouse.
There's mice all over the place.
I don't have one.
Slowest, most stupid way we can end the stream.
I could.
Let down.
How do you quit?